up, y'all? It's your girl Deandra. Welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see by the title, today I am about to give y'all another story time. I did one story time, and that was about a year ago of me receiving head. And now I'm about to come on here and tell y'all about my catfish boyfriend. Now this story is about to get juicy. It's about to get crazy. It's gonna be funny, and it might be a little bit sad to you, you know, but I'm here to tell because I just think it's crazy about the stuff that happened. So I'm just gonna get right into it because I don't like talking a lot. So here we go. This started in 2013 when I was a freshman in high school. Now, at this age, I wasn't even allowed to date. I was not supposed to date at all. I never told my mom about this. She knew that I talked to boys, but she didn't know that, like, I was dating boys, okay? So, my mama didn't know what was going on with her daughter. So, how I met this dude. My friends, we had a slumber party because, you know, back then that was a thing. I don't know what these kids today do, but back then we used to have sleepovers and go over your friend's house. It was normal. I went over my friend's house and we decided to get on this website called Omegle. Now, Omegle is a website that you can get on and talk to strangers. You can video chat them, or you can just, like, you know, text them and chat with them or whatever. And this didn't happen that day that I stayed the night over there, but that was the first time I heard of Omegle, and this is how it got brought into the story. So one day I was bored at home and I decided to take upon myself, Deandra, what should you do? I don't know, let's get on Omegle. I decided to get on Omegle and I met Josh. I'm gonna say his name because I don't even know what this dude looks like. I don't know if the pictures he actually sent me were him. So I'm just gonna say his name. So if he ever sees me on here one day, he'll know that's the girl that, you know, we'll get to that later. But I met Josh and we were talking on there for a little bit and then we exchanged kicks. Now, again, for you youngins that don't know what Kik is a messenger app that we used to use to communicate with strangers or your friends, and you could talk to them and you can video chat them. It's kind of like Facebook Messenger, but it was a lot cooler. You know what? It's the same damn thing. It's the same thing as Facebook Messenger. You can change your little color things, decide your group things for your friends or whatever. You had your usernames and you had like a little profile picture. So we started talking on there, getting to know each other and blah, blah, blah. At this time, he told me that he was in LA with his dad working at a hotel that I guess his dad owns. So he was working with his daddy there, and that's honestly all I knew about him from, like, when I first started talking to him, was that he lived in LA and he lived with his dad and they were working at a hotel together and that his dad owned the hotel. As we continued talking, you know, I wanted to eventually FaceTime him and, like, you know, get to know him because I've never been comfortable with talking to dudes on the phone. It's just always been awkward for me. And back then I had iPhone 4, so I wanted to be able to, like, FaceTime him. And this is when the catfishing started. I asked him if he wanted to FaceTime because I wanted to see him. Like, I wanted to see his face. Pictures were just pictures, and he never sent me live pictures. He always sent me, like, pictures from his camera roll. So I was like, I want to, you know, I want to actually talk to you. I want to, you know, see your face. And he told me that he could not talk because his sister, he told me he could not talk because he FaceTimed his sister before while she was in a taxi. And his sister showed the taxi driver him on the camera and he crashed the taxi and his sister died. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if it wasn't, but that was his excuse of not being able to FaceTime me because he thought that his sister's death was his fault. Like, if he never FaceTimed her, they would have never crashed. So I don't know if that was true or not, but that was his excuse. And that is where, you know, it started. Now we're in like to a year into this, and we're still talking. It's to the point I'm talking to him every single day. You know, this is back then where, you know, niggas was loyal to fast replies, no, for real. Like he replied fast all the time. And I remember I used to get so mad because my messages sometimes would just not send for nothing. They would just not send. It'll be stuck on the S and it would never go to delivered. So I would go like turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off my cellular, turn off my phone, delete Kick app, like everything, just to get my messages sent. And like if we had an argument, I would be mad if my message didn't get sent. But I learned that your messages don't get sent sometimes on Kick if somebody like deletes the app or if they log out of it or something like that. But yeah, I used to get angry. We were still talking, and I remember one time I was riding to school because I used to go to an art school, and my friend's grandma used to take me and her to school. And I remember one time him asking me if he was my boyfriend. Now, I did not know how to respond to this because I wasn't allowed to date. I mean, I was not allowed to date, and I couldn't tell my mom, like, oh, Mom, by the way, I have a boyfriend that I met online. Oh, yeah, his name is Josh. You know, yeah, I really liked him, but I never met him before. I couldn't tell my mama that. So I never told her that I met this dude and I'm talking to him online. I didn't tell her like until like 2 years later about him. But he asked me if he was my boyfriend, and I was like, no, because I'm not allowed to date. I was like, you're just a boy that I like. And I don't know if that actually hurt his feelings or not, but I was just like, you're a boy that I like. I'm not your girlfriend, buddy. I'm not allowed to date. Okay? I'm not allowed to date. My mama kicked my ass. I wasn't allowed to date. So there's a year, like it keeps going. He actually ended up meeting my best friend. And like they started talking, not talking, but like they started talking, getting to know each other, because you know, she still does this to this day, like where she looks out for me. She does this to this day where she looks out for me and she makes sure nobody's trying to fuck me over. But he got to know her, she got to know him. She was there when we started arguing. She actually made fun of me because one time I said that I loved him. And she was like, oh, so you love him, Deandra? I was like, shit, I might. This goes into the last year because, you know, we talked for 2 years, y'all. And can you believe we never talked on the phone, never FaceTime or nothing. And like the iPhone 5 and the 6, I think, started to come out. We never FaceTime, we never talked on the phone or none of that. All he ever did was send me music that he said he covered. And it didn't hit me until the last incident, which I'm going to get to, that it wasn't him, because each of the recordings sound like a different person. Each recording sounded like a different person. So I was like, he might not be who he said he is. This last year, I started to get really busy because I'm going into my sophomore year. And I'm really busy. Like, I go to an art school, so I'm in choir, I'm in dance, like, I got stuff going on. And he used to get mad at me because I never really replied back to him. I only replied back when I got home. I never did at school because, you know, I'm busy. I'm at school, sir. I got stuff going on. He just used to get really mad at me for not replying back. Why am I looking at the light? What the fuck is wrong? He would just get really mad about me not replying back. So that led to more arguments, and it also led up to this final incident. Drum roll, please. 2015. I was 16. I don't even know if that was the correct year, but I was 16, and I remember this day clear as day. I was working out with my sister because back then I was very insecure about myself, and I thought I was really, you know, I just really thought I was really big, and I really wasn't. I was active all the time doing dances. I wasn't like you know, the little skinny petite dancers, but I wasn't that big. And I was so insecure about myself, and that's a whole nother story. But I was working out with my sister. We were dancing, And I remember getting a message from him telling me that he was dying of brain cancer. Now me and my little 14, 15-year-old mind, like, you're telling me you're dying of brain cancer and you expect me to just be like, oh, okay, well, I'll talk to you in another life. No, I got upset. I'm dramatic. So I told my sister, I was like, okay, I'll be back. I ran to my room and I'm trying to message him, trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm upset, because I'm just like, how can you tell me that you're dying the day that you're dying, nigga? Like, how you gonna tell me you dying the day you dying? How does that make sense? And how are you texting if you dying? I just didn't understand why he would text me and tell me he was dying on the day that he was dying. I just didn't understand why he texted me, told me he was dying the day that he was dying. So I'm just like, you know, in my head, I'm praying like, God, please don't let my boyfriend die, because it's the only guy that ever liked me at this age. Please. Like, I'm just like, please don't let him die. Like, no. Like, I don't want him to die. I don't want him to die. No. I wake up to a message from his best friend saying, D, Josh said that he loves you and that he will always be with you. I'm telling y'all, I remember this day like it was yesterday. That's what the best friend said to me. That's what the best friend said that's what he said to tell him to tell me, that he will always love me and he'll always be with me. So that's the end. You know, I tell my best friend, like, hey, Josh then died. I don't know if it's true or not, but he died. And, you know, we didn't really think about it until like a year later, like this could have been fake. And then, you know what? That year later, Catfish came out. Catfish the show came out. And I remember thinking, like, I remember seeing a commercial and it was like, do you think you've been catfished? Email, not even that. So I was like, should I do it? I was like, should I do it? Because I feel like I've been catfished. Like, I never FaceTimed the dude, never talked to the dude. He said he was from, I forgot to mention that. He said he was from London. So he gave me a 01 motherfucking whatever number. Said he lived in LA. Didn't have any record of him. All I had was an email and his kick name and the songs that he sent me. And I really wish that I could find one, but I think I deleted everything. But y'all... that is my crazy catfish story of the time I got catfish when I was 14. When I told my mama about this a year later, I don't even think she said nothing. I think she just laughed at me, because my dumb ass had no business on Omegle. It's all those creeps and the dingalings that you see. It's just not okay. That is my story, and I really hope you guys got a little laugh out of that, because I laugh just thinking about the whole situation. I laugh every time I think about the situation because it's so stupid. He really faked his death. Gonna tell me he died. No one. Okay, situation's over. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to your girl, and I will see y'all later with another video.